Hey everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Queenswish. So we're in Pickett's Break, on our way to the northern or northeastern half of the Ariel, and yeah, some obnoxious Ariel former council member is playing tricks on us. Seems to have two personal hedge mages, if you will, that keep creating tree blockades to lead me astray. And I guess we'll have to find that guy and his two helpers and stop them from preventing our progress. This place is surprisingly empty so far. An icy sensation runs up your spine. You shudder uncontrollably. You look around to see what has happened. I can already see what has happened. Translucent shades are rising out of the water behind you. Well, whenever a large area in a dungeon seems to be empty, it never stays that way for long. How tough are these? 191. Not that bad, but well. Evaded, that's a bad start, but they all started moving. None of them cast any spells. I guess that's good. Buff or not buff? Buff or no buff? The age-old question. I think we just try to fight like this. Oh, buff. More than 4 enemies. You feel another chill. The water of a different pool begins to bubble. The smell of rot fills the grove. And there is a third pool as well, so if we end up having to face off against 12 enemies in the end, that's relatively nasty. One of them has already moved, but oh, there's also... These are icy shades, I see. Normal shades, icy shades. Is there a third kind of shade that we know about? Of course we confused him. He became vulnerable. I mean, that's annoying, but not... At least it doesn't incapacitate him, I suppose. Evaded, 19, 3, and they make us vulnerable as well. Thankfully we have quite a few hit points at this point. It's not like we're immediately going to die. This is curable, right? Yeah, I suppose. Maybe I should. Is it worth it? Maybe. You can take one step north and then hit all of those around you. Very nice. You just damage this one, and hopefully Rosluka gets her turn, so she can do basically the exact same thing. Oh, that did not deal nearly as much damage as I thought. Did these even take any damage? Well, let's see here. You're down to 38. Should be possible to... Yeah, easily. Okay, well, you get your turn again, so we can do this again. Right, this one evaded this time. Icy shade goes away. I'm really surprised no new shades have appeared from that pool, but I'm not complaining. Alright. I guess I was complaining, and that's what I get for it. But that seems to be some kind of mini boss here. You feel another chill. The water of a different pool begins to bubble. Oh, yeah. Fear, okay. Stun resistant. Nice. Fungal zombie and a banshee. Alright. All of these enemies have the same amount of hit points. That's kind of strange, isn't it? Anyway, we can't cure the mental effect, so... I don't know, I guess we try to take out this last remaining enemy down here. Okay, well, he made things easier for us. You can take a step toward the new enemies, attack from there. You actually cured yourself? Is that what happened? I guess so. That's convenient. Nice, and that's the icy shade gone. I mean, I suppose they're both equally dangerous, perhaps. I don't know. I guess the Banshee is the spellcastery type. So maybe I should be focusing on her. But, well, I didn't. And she decided not to do anything. And that was a very powerful crit. And so it looks very much like we're gonna take her out. Oh. Well, never mind. Why did I assume that there were only 2 enemies? I don't know. I just did. I guess only seeing 2 enemies was a pretty good reason. Okay, nice. We got the cleave. And they're probably gonna get 1 attack off, or maybe not. Oh, okay. Cool, that went extremely well. We recovered almost all the energy we spent, which is great, and we're back on the main path. Okay, oh, second loop, I was gonna say, but then this opened up in the meantime. Hello? You have found a beautiful hunting chalet out here in the middle of the woods. It is reserved for the use of the blessed who come here to hunt wild game. It's eerily still. Give me that wood that I can't carry. And let's take a look in here. Also, probably quick save. Drizzle. Okay, is this... I think that's one of the 2 mages. That's not the guy who talked to us, who taunted us. Well, we'll see. He doesn't have a lot of... Well, he has a bit of mental resist, but I'm gonna try Confusion. That worked. Nice. And he's definitely not taking illusion damage, so this is one of the 3 guys. The real thing, the real deal this time, not an illusion. Translucent beasts begin to float through the doors into the hunting chalet. They are clearly illusions. However, in the Ariel Woods, even phantoms can kill. Yeah, I mean, they can, but... Oh, that sucks. Let's hope he gets his turn soon. Illusions can kill, but they're also very, very easily killed themselves, so I'm really not too worried about them. However, this might be a major fight. Oh, and the charm got cured automatically. That's extremely useful. Well, you know what? Yeah, you can probably charge from here. There we go. I mean, he's almost dead. All right, the illusions are closing in. He's actually going to die from bleeding, so you can go ahead and blast those illusions, possibly one-shot them all, yes, because they're just that weak. Easiest fight of my life. The Ariel vanishes with a pop. Another illusion? Wait, no, that wasn't an illusion. Really? That's kind of lame. Obviously, it was not an illusion according to the normal game mechanics, so that's a bit mean. Does 4 damage to undead. Interesting. But other than that, it's not particularly useful because, once again, no slots. I don't know why I decided to give it to her, but that's okay. Next report is here. Okay, theft in the Vol, despite having lowered the chance down to 40%. But I mean, obviously that's still 40%. And it's really not a huge deal. We have regained some Quicksilver, so we're not in any immediate danger yet. And this was one of those famous Ariel teleporting huts. Any comments on how we are somewhere else entirely? Oh, I guess not. Alright, and the path south has opened up. So obviously something had to change. Sapphire Skeleton, all by himself. By itself, I guess. Nice. Critical. Are the rest of them gonna join? Well, they will if I invite them. Like that. So close. Well, that does the trick. What? Oh. Are they... Can they attack at a range? Or is there a way around that they're gonna try and take? Well, ideally we are not going to give them any chance to do either of those things. That was a good start. Oh, yeah, they just skipped their turn because they can't do either of those things. Well, that was an odd choice, placing those enemies there that couldn't even fight back, but okay. So, presumably we're gonna fight that second mage, illusionist. Well, probably another illusion, we'll see. Got one first, the fine Ariel cowl, which is even worse than the one we found earlier. Well, there are some enemies. And there is Bronwyn, yes, okay. And up here is absolutely nothing. Alright. I guess we can keep buffing for these fights, even if they end up not being particularly tough. Hit points look pretty normal. Yeah, I guess I'll slow down the mage and one of his pets, or not, maybe just one of his pets. Oh well. Heavy blow. That was a very heavy blow. Okay, I guess you can heal him. Just to be safe. You can shock that winter wolf. What was that? Silence resisted. Okay. Silence not necessarily being the worst thing. Okay, bleeding. I mean, yeah, the fact alone that he's able to bleed says that he can't be an illusion, according to the normal game mechanics. Translucent beasts begin to float through the doors into the hunting chalet. They're clearly illusions. Yeah. Alright. You know what? Actually, never mind. You know what? Though, take a fireball. Is this gonna hit all of them? No, it's always gonna miss one. Didn't deal a whole lot of damage to the man himself, but what? Oh, wrong character. Derp. That's okay. Evaded. Heavy blow. Come on. Nice. That's what I thought. Another illusion. Yeah. Okay. Well, sure. I mean, the game could have just made him an actual illusion and given him 5,000 hit points, so it would have taken the same amount of, time or turns to take him out, but without actually cheating and pretending he's an illusion when he really isn't. Oh well, it's not a huge deal, but still a little bit inconsistent. That's all I'm complaining about, I guess. Okay, this is where the skeletons were, those poor defenseless skeletons. And there they are again. For real this time, because there's really not much map left at this point. There is this. Looks a bit odd on the map to have... Wait, actually... Oh, you know what? There is a path. Well, maybe we can explore that later. See if it leads to any kind of treasure. Did I save the game? Yes, I did. The three blessed are waiting for you on this path. They've never been in actual battle, instead hiding behind illusions. However, the effort of trapping you has exhausted them. They are pale and panting. Elgin points his spear at you. This is the end of the hunt. We will not give up. We will not surrender. You will die in these woods. We have weakened you. Now we give the final blow. I mean, we're not really all that weakened. You, on the other hand... Are you alright? You seem kind of mad. I don't feel that weakened, actually. I mean, yeah, that's pretty much how I feel here. You're about to be destroyed. It's your last chance. We really can't talk this over? I mean, no, we really can't. You know what? Yeah. I don't feel that weakened. Lies! We three have spent centuries mastering our powers. Even Haven must bow before them. We will crush you easily. The three of them salute each other with their weapons. They try to let out a cheer, but it turns into a mad cackle. They're still shrieking with glee when they charge. Welp. Let's do this then. Okay, one of them actually did charge. Heavy blow. Okay. What's their hit point situation actually? 330. Okay. I mean, yeah, these are clearly a mage and a cleric. Or something along those lines. That was a pretty heavy hit. I don't know. Maybe I should be focusing on that guy. The only reason I'm picking this one is because this sprite is displayed with a shield, which makes me think it's going to take less damage, you know, which might be entirely untrue. You know what? Charge up. Charge ahead and kill that guy. A little bit worried about what Elgin might do, but even if he starts attacking someone else, one of my weaker team members, which he didn't, it would have been fine. Atantuo has taken a lot of damage. I'll give him that. Nice one. Making short work of these guys. Yep. Sure enough. Wow. Okay, that was just adding insult to injury. Actually, adding both insult and major injury all at once. This copy of Elgin was the real deal. He collapses mortally wounded. He holds his hand up and looks at it. Death? But me? How? I was meant to live! And his eyes glaze over. The would-be assassin is dead. Yeah, I mean, ultimately he was trying to kill us, and I shouldn't feel bad, but still, it's a little bit tragic, isn't it? At least a little bit. So what do we have here? Oh, this grove contains a bunch of old gnawed bones. Nothing surprising, not in the deep, dangerous woods of the Ariel. Then you look closer. There are a few scraps of uniform and a couple bits of military insignia among the bones. Oh, right, we were looking for our guys. I forgot about that. Well, Haven colors, Haven medals. These were your soldiers. Someone trapped them in these woods and killed them. You feel growing anger. Elgin isn't just threatening you. Well, wasn't. He also murdered those under your protection. Okay, well, I suppose. This would have given me more incentive to actually just kill him if, you know, I needed any. Heal him. Yeah, we're in really good shape, as it turns out. You've gotten pretty turned around in these dark woods, but you think you finally found your bearings again. You're at the east edge of Pickett's Break, at last, and the inner Ariel woods are open to you. Hopefully you will get a warmer reaction in the settlements to come. We'll see. Also, just because I just remembered, or I wondered if there was, yeah, there was a locked door here, which is still locked, as, you know, makes perfect sense. Although, now that those mad wizards are gone, let's see, maybe if I return, people are going to be here again? Yes, they are. Now that you survived the attempt to murder you, traffic on this road has returned to normal. There are merchants and travelers in this inn. They are all very nervous when they see you. The innkeeper, a twitchy, nervous little man, greets you. I am Thomas, he says. Welcome to Pickett's Warehouse. Do you need anything before you move on? Are you aware that some Ariel just tried to murder me? I mean, I'm not meaning to threaten him or anything. I just really want to know what exactly happened here. I'm sorry, Haven. We don't know anything about that. I don't believe you. We weren't here. We weren't allowed to be. In the Ariel Woods, when armed blessed come and tell you to leave, you don't argue, you just go. Please do not blame us trench folk for the madness of the blessed. I'm not. So what is this place? It's Pickett's Warehouse, a refuge for those passing through Pickett's Break. We provide good victuals, I think, and a place to sleep. Many hunters also stop here on their way into the dark woods. Who was Pickett? I don't know. It is lost to history. The Ariel are an old people. Who hunts here? Only the blessed are allowed to hunt game in the break. They seek stags, wild boar, and the occasional magical monstrosity. Monsters provide highly prized trophies. Yep, I have a couple of those. Back home somewhere, I guess. I hope I'm not carrying those heads with me. Or the head and the stinger, I guess. As far as I know, the only thing hunted here is me. Well, I mean, no longer. I'm sorry, Haven Knight. I don't know anything about that. Yeah. What do you offer? What fare do you offer? We have fine Ariel ale and games too. I have also left our prized room free for honored guests, like you. Everything will be free, as a sign of respect to the Haven Knight envoy. Sure. You know what? We can use some rest. I guess I'll use that. I'll take him up on that offer. I want a room. But I'm full, I think. I don't know. Obviously none of this really matters. Hey, what do we get? Ooh, well worth it. A free stay. And we get, what, 80 coins? On top of that? I like it. Alright, and just like that, we're on the other side. Pickett's Break West, City Northeast. You emerge from Pickett's Break and get your first look at the northern Ariel Woods. They're far more settled than the south. The trees are sparser. Farms and settlements stretch ahead of you on the road to City. The good news is that you are far less likely to be sent astray by enchanted trees. The bad news is that the humans are likely to be far more dangerous. You think so? As you walk along the road, you encounter a band of Ariel soldiers. They're all blessed, and they're unfriendly. They move to block your path. The leader says, "Identify yourself." Several of them have drawn weapons. Ooh. I'm Prince Atantuo of Haven. They move off and have a discussion. Then their leader returns. Only one question, Prince. Have you had any dealings with the blessed named Istara? She has some influence in the trench towns of Sliven. Yes, I've been dealing with her. We see. You should know, Prince, that we will not tolerate lesser peoples interfering with our affairs. The councils of the blessed are wise, and they are firm. Yeah, I'm not so sure about either of those. They will deal with those who challenge them, that is all. They slide past you and continue down the road. One of them sneers as they walk past. We'll see how long that lasts, my friend. Anyway, I guess I'll start looking around a little bit. What's the map say here? Oh, Ankara's mine is supposed to be right here. Literally right here. Also, our fort is there, which I should probably make a beeline for that, because that's obviously the most important place to grab immediately. Oh, mine must be up here. Yes. These lands were once entirely controlled by Haven, purchased in huge chunks from distracted Ariel Blessed. In your absence, the chaotic magic of the Ariel Woods has twisted the place. Birds with 3 wings watch you from the trees. I guess they can't do much more, because a 3rd wing would really be detrimental to flying. Little spiders run up to your feet and make squeaking noises at you. Occasionally, you think you see a ghost. Okay. So, is there supposed to be some kind of dungeon here, or? This farmhouse was built by Haven Knights. You can still see the flaking paint of the scroll symbol painted above the front door. It has been abandoned for years. You can see wisps of light floating over the ruined fields. Sometimes you feel like someone is watching you, not in a friendly way. None of you people will move back out here until something is done about the dark magic here. Okay, that sounds like a quest. One that I'm probably... Hello there. Haven Farm, okay. I'm probably going to get at the nearby fort, if I had to guess. So maybe we'll head over there first, after all. Haven Farm West. I mean, I can explore the map at least. Although I am going to return here, so it really doesn't matter. The magic infusing the Ariel lands has taken on a much more tangible form here. Reanimated bodies lurching through the mist toward you. Well, okay, sure. Let's have some little overworld combat here. Right. It's a decent start. You just wait here for them to charge, I guess. If they will charge. Alright. It's not going to be super effective, but I want to just end this quickly. That should work nicely. Can we have a fireball, perhaps? Come on, yes. It's definitely one of those cases where I'll gladly use that, even though the damage is still so underwhelming. It's a huge bummer. You search the bodies. They are the remains of old Haven settlers awakened by the bizarre magic of these lands. You find that they were buried with some jewelry. It's yours now. Oh, okay. So at least it wasn't entirely for nothing, although obviously money isn't really much of an issue right now, and possibly ever again. You're close to the ruins of Fort Mist, one of Haven's 7 outposts in Sacramento. The fort is a port at the north end of the Ariel Woods. It provides a place for trade and carousing, safe from the unpredictable and dangerous forest that surrounds it. Now this ruin is ready to be rebuilt and become a refuge once again. Happily, General Toru has made this possible. You see the fires of Haven soldiers on the south side of the fort. The Ariels signed a treaty giving this land to Haven. Loyal soldiers, workers, and materials have been landed here. All they need is the command to get to work. Right. And for one final time, let's do this. You approach a band of workers, some Haven and some Ariel, who are camped outside Fort Mist. They're waiting for the order to begin work. They tell you to go to the middle camp and talk to Chief Papaya. That's the name. Oh, the middle camp. I see. And that's a unique portrait. How rare. You approach this camp. There are a bunch of Haven workers sitting by the fire, nervously watching the woods that surround them. They jump at any unexpected sound, as if the forest could come crashing down on them at any moment, which you suppose it might. When you approach, a Havenite woman rises to greet you. She is agitated, but she forces herself to calm down before she engages with her prince. Welcome. I'm Chief Papaya, sent to turn this mess into less of a mess. The general sent us here to rebuild Fort Mist. Give the order, and we will begin. Sure. How did you get here? General Toru sent us. We marched up to the Haven docks, and a boat snuck us in. What will the Ariel think of us rebuilding this fort? Do we care? Have we ever? Well, Prince, based on what we've seen, we're not sure the Ariel think at all. The regular folks stay out of our way, and the Blessed, they don't know where they are half the time. Right. That's the impression I'm getting. So, sure, I give the order. Get to work. Chief Papaya turns and starts shouting. Also, achievement, Master of Empire. Okay. I mean, I only did what I was supposed to, but thanks for the achievement. The order is given. Move into the fort. Let's get settled in before the Blessed figure out what we're doing. The soldiers and craftsfolk rise to their feet with a cheer. Then they flood into Fort Mist. Now you can collect resources from mines you control in this region. All right. Okay. Build 2 forts. Yes. Okay. These Havenites are gathering their tools and weapons, readying themselves to work in Fort Mist. Cool. And Fort Mist is already rebuilt. Get some really fast workers. Pretty impressive, honestly. Okay, just quickly exploring everything. No huge surprises here. Okay, let's start by talking to the officials here. Edmund Delderfield, who are you? There is a small garden inside the main hall of Fort Mist, not an unusual bit of architecture in the Ariel. This small man, in long robes, has already done a lot to reclaim it from the weeds and neglect. He kneels. Welcome to Fort Mist, Prince. I'm Edmund Delderfield, sage at your service. You're the sage here? I know, I'm not a gardener. I actually keep our records and the battalion history. Chief Papaya lets me be here, though. Our chief doesn't care much about scrolls and orders. I mean, I'm sure you don't need to dedicate all of your time to the scrolls. You can probably tend to the garden if you feel so inclined. Where are your books? They are in Chief Papaya's office. Don't worry, I tend to them when I absolutely have to. Nothing will be neglected. What do you think of this fort? He looks around. Nice. Ariel construction is truly lovely stuff. Polished, varnished wood, nicely carved, meant to last for years. For years? I mean, you'd hope so. Okay, nice plans. Thank you. It is part of my research. Much of the strength and danger of the Ariel is in their enchanted forest. I'm sure you have experienced it yourself. I'm taking samples and studying them, trying to understand its magic. Okay. Were you told to do this research? The sign of the true sage of Haven is that we don't need to be told. We find out what needs to be learned, and we learn it. Fair enough. What are the Ariel Woods? What are the Ariel Woods? We're in the middle of them. What a strange question. A huge forest. It has been enchanted by the Ariel. Generation after generation of their plant worker wizards have directed energy into it, making it alive and full of chaos. It serves to protect the Ariel, mostly. There is good and bad. If you have a sage's nature, there is a way you might help to learn. Okay. Is anyone in control of these woods? Sort of. Their plant workers have a lot of influence over the forest. However, plants always grow unpredictable shoots that need to be pruned. With this forest, the pruning can be very dangerous. What is the good? The forest keeps their people safe. The trees confound invaders, causing them to get lost and divided. Then the monsters that are spawned here finish them off. What's the bad? Such a huge work of magic is chaotic. Sometimes it turns on its masters. If the Blessed were alert and competent and acted decisively to solve these assaults, it would not be a problem. But they aren't, so it is. What are you trying to learn now? There is something in their magic that changes creatures, turns a bit of mold into huge slimes or tiny spiders into vicious hunters. If I could comprehend that power, I could master it for the good of Haven. Yeah, that can't go wrong at all. Oh, yeah, that can't go wrong at all. That kind of thing never has. Okay, so I was thinking that he might have a quest for me, though? Oh, you mentioned that I could help with your research, yes. Indeed. You see, on the south coast, southeast of Mesidi, we have seen a stone circle. It's huge and far from the road, but surrounded by an unusually dense and dark forest. Sounds lovely. Who saw the stones? One of our ships sighted it while ferrying soldiers and supplies to the southeast wall. And what of it? If we could visit that circle, we might learn something about their magic or their culture. If nothing else, their forest is sure to try to kill you when you travel through it. That is sure to be educational. Yeah, right. Sure, dense and dark woods, you say. Imposingly so. They're sure to provide a strong resistance as you push through them. Imagine what we could learn about the capabilities of their magic. Well, if I ever visit the place, I'll let you know. Stones by the sea. Thank you, Prince. Princess Delia has always been a strong supporter of Haven Sages. I'm glad you are the same. Right. I guess I am. Hello, Chief Papaya. The Chief of Fort Mist rises to greet you. Your reception is very, very casual. Hey, heard you were coming. Glad you made it safe. Trees try to eat you? We get that a lot. Yeah, me too. Anyway, I'm Chief Papaya. How are you doing, Atantuo? I'm doing good. How are you? You're not going to be all stuffy? Great! Delia said you weren't a big one for ceremony. Anyway, we're under a roof at least. You took your time getting here. Yeah, I guess I really did. But I guess you had your problems. So, ready for my report? Sure. Chief Papaya nods. Rather not bother, of course, but I need it done. Then I can make a check mark on the scroll. It's very, very important. Anyway, Fort Mist has been rebuilt. Everything is under control. There, done. A check mark is placed on the correct scroll. Now I can do work. And your work is? Running the fort, keeping the Ariel from bothering us, keeping the woods from eating us, doing all the things that need doing that I shouldn't tell you about. I see. Hey, the Ariel are pretty weird. The Blessed are mad. The regular people are downtrodden. That bothers me, and I follow my agenda and do what I can to make it better. Within the rules and my orders, of course. Probably best not to ask. I won't cause you any more trouble than needed. Well, I appreciate that. Tell me about yourself. I mean, you seem like quite the character. Havenite born and bred. Got bored. Wanted to make things better. Went to serve in the vassal states. Developed my agenda. It helped me sometimes. Got me in trouble sometimes. I was about to be disciplined by a bunch of idiots when Princess Delia called for me. My sister chose you personally? She did. She chose all of Haven Team Ariel herself. Haven Team Ariel, huh? She said she needed people who could deal both with the Ariel and with you. She wanted the very best people you could tolerate. That's an interesting way to say it. You mentioned your agendas before. I don't like bullies. I don't like injustice. I don't like the downtrodden being downtrodden. When I'm a chief in a vessel fort, I can do little things to make things better. Well, I mean, I can agree on all of those. On all of those accounts. Sometimes it gets me in trouble. Yeah, me too. So, do you fit in when you're in Haven? Why, everything is perfect in Haven. Nobody is ever unhappy, and anyone who causes trouble gets dealt with. So I'm better off out here. Right. How's that gotten you in trouble before? I know I'm only supposed to do what is best for Haven. Instead, I do the best thing for Haven that still lets me sleep at night. It's less efficient, and sometimes my superiors hate less efficient. Well, don't worry about that in my case. Seems like that would make it impossible for you to run a vessel state. What? No, it wouldn't. Why would I say that? Game, please give me options. You'd be surprised. Some vessel states need a light touch. We try to control them too much, they get real mad. We keep things casual, they pay their tributes, and get their protection. I do better in the casual states. The Ariel need the casual touch. They are very, very, very proud. Well, they're not the only ones, but I get it. Okay, tell me about the Ariel then. Well, the food and music and booze are great. Architecture is pretty. It's a nice place to live, although they are really, really full of themselves. Anyway, it's your more or less regular class class stratified vassal. There's the common folk, trench folk, and blessed. Wait, there's a difference between the common folk and the trench folk? I guess trench folk are specifically from the trench towns, whereas common folk is people living on farms and outside the cities. Who are the common folk? Oh, you know, farmers, woodcutters, the people who actually make stuff and live outside the town. Poor but proud, really proud. Who are the trench folk? So each Ariel city has a trench town. That's where the non-blessed live. The people living there are trench folk. They aren't so poor. The trench towns are crowded and muddy, but still pretty nice for a city in the known world. They don't have any power, though. The blessed do. What do you think of the blessed? They're odd. They drink elixir. It makes them look and think different. Elixir is expensive, bitter, nasty stuff, so only the rich can drink it. The blessed rule. That means only the rich rule here, which annoys me. Yep. Agreed. You've tried elixir? I got my hands on some. It tasted foul and gives my brain a case of the funnies. I won't be going back. Good to hear that. Do you think the blessed are fit to rule? Oh, no. No. Don't get me babbling about politics. Oh, I mean, could work either way here. Last time I did that, I almost got a flogging and a year in chains. You do your thing, Prince. Delia said your instincts are good. I'll let you prove her right. Well, since we seem to agree in pretty much every possible way, I think you're going to be happy with my rule, as it were. How are your supplies holding out? Well, we used up most of our stuff rebuilding the fort. We have enough left over to trade for what we need. Sort of, I guess. But we need more of this fort. We need more if this fort is going to get up to full strength. Before Haven fled, we purchased land and made little colonies. We should retake those. Like Haven Farm. It was a productive little coastal town. It would be nice to have it back. Where is it? To the northwest, on the coast. It'll be hard to find. Hard to find? No. Won't be hard to find. It's close to being overgrown by these mad woods. Okay. What's the problem there? Monsters. That's what my scouts say. Mirelings, they say. I believe that. Ghosts, they also say. Not so sure there. I'm pretty sure that is believable. Anyway, if all the bad things get chopped into bits, I could put the place back to work for you. Right. And I guess that's all for now. Take Crazy Farm. Is that intentional? Okay. All right. Oh, yeah, I'll take it, sure. Don't see why not. Quartermaster Crows. Hello. You meet the Quartermaster of Fort Mist. Oddly, she's sitting behind a bar, serving drinks to exhausted and dirty soldiers. You get her immediate attention. Welcome, Prince. I'm Quartermaster Crows. This is the fort's bar, also where I trade for supplies. I do a lot of things. This looks like a bar. It is. All of Haven's servants need time to rest and recover. Those stationed in the Ariel Woods need it more than most. Is this standard Haven procedure? Maybe? I'm not sure. Anyway, once you're out in the vassal states, standard procedures becomes do what you need to get the job done. Why is there such a need for a bar here? This is difficult. This is a difficult place to serve. The woods are terrifying. They're always looming in on you. Half the Ariel are mad and all of them act arrogant and superior. When it's all too much, you can come here. So I suppose I could get a drink? The ale is harsh and bitter, but you get it down. Only ale? Not the hugest fan, but that's okay. You've had worse on the many nights when you snuck out of the palace. You trade tales with the soldiers of ways that the Ariel Woods try to devour you or lead you astray. Okay, I guess I'm good, thanks. We'll be here if you change your mind. Sure, I'd like to sell something? I guess I do, actually. Yeah, sure, you can have this. And this. And that's it for now. Well, I want to exchange resources. I guess I could do that. I need more crystal. I mean, I do. Lose on stone, wood, and iron. I guess I can't do that. Just a couple of times. That's not a very good trade, but yeah, obviously we were maxed out on the other things, so that gives us a little bit more of a buffer if we need it, because I am going to build another alchemist at least, and obviously also other buildings. The Ariel Woods, a tactical analysis. The Enchanted Forest of the Ariel Woods has an inflated reputation as a defensive barrier in both Haven and the lands of Sacramentum. Fortunately, Haven is entirely capable of penetrating it. Of course, fire is a solution. Lots and lots of it. However, this does great damage to both Ariel morale and its productiveness to the Empire. Haven has best dealt with this dangerous forest the way we have dealt with every other difficult vessel, allies within the vessel itself. We can pay guides and aerial warriors to help us. Combined with care and properly sized patrols, this is a solution. Failing that, of course, there's always fire. Well, let's hope it doesn't come to that. Treaty of vassalage between Haven and the Ariel. The Ariel will guarantee that Haven receives full priority in the trade of potions, which provide an advantage in battle. The Ariel will provide envoys to Haven, whose brains are untouched by the effects of the elixir. No trade in elixir will take place outside the Ariel woods. That seems like a smart decision. This agreement will last as long as Haven will... Okay. Fair enough. I guess I'll take more free Quicksilver. I mean, it really wasn't necessary to trade, but I don't think I've ever traded resources before. And I wanted to, you know, do it at least once. For no particular reason. So, I guess last thing I do before I end the episode is I'm going to build the things I want to build. So obviously we want to buy all of these. I guess I'm also going to build a barracks. If I end up being overexerting my resources, I guess I'm going to... I can always go back. You know what? Sure, let's upgrade this right away. We have the money for it and everything, so... Let's see here. Smithy. The final smithy. And the apothecary right here. I want to buy something. A weapon. Okay, we actually did get access to like the last 3 or 4. Not sure if this one was available, but I'm pretty sure that these final 3 items were not available until I bought this final smithy, which is still a strange decision, but it's what it is. And, well, this should be the best that's available for money. The damage is only very slightly higher, surprisingly. But it does have higher cleave chance, which is definitely great. Yeah. And it has 2 slots, just like this one, I think. Yeah, obviously. Okay, well, it's still an upgrade, even if not a massive one. Costs quite a bit too. Fool's shot. Full of Nissi magic. Each shot can be... Oh, you know what? How is it possible I never read that flavor text? Each shot can be so awesome that it dazes all who see it. That should count for enemies as well, though. Right? Obviously, the bleeding effect is only affects enemies. Maybe the 10% confusion chance is strictly against enemies. You know what? I'm still gonna keep it. It's a little bit, you know, it can backfire, quite literally. Well, I mean, not literally, but in a way, I guess. But it's also just really powerful and kind of fun in a way, so long as it doesn't end up killing me. Anyway, armor, Haven plate. Oh, this looks pretty awesome. And of course, it is an upgrade. Actually, it's quite a massive upgrade. Holy crap! I looked at the value first, and it's not that much more valuable than this. But the absorption is insane. I mean, there's absolutely no reason not to take this. And you, I mean, I've been giving you the slightly less heavy armor, I guess. So I guess you can have the fine hauberk. Not a huge upgrade, but an upgrade nonetheless. Helmets. Oh, we already have the best one. Yeah. Okay, never mind then. And arcane weapons aren't really all that useful. Alchemist. Right, now we have access to these. So let's buy that for 400. And oh, that's how I do it. Right. And we've just become that much more sustainable and efficient. Pretty neat. Okay, actually we need to change our runes over. Install runes and augments. Let's get this over with. Thankfully we have just enough room to do this. So we put the damage in there and the hit chance too. Do I want hit chance? I guess it's still pretty useful to have. Sure. And then this one, oh boy, that's not going to work out. Sell something. Sell this to a spear. This is a bit of a hassle, as always. That's okay. We can equip that right away. Install augments. Take them out of here. 4 armor. Believe in poison resist. Then we have 1 extra slot to use for something. Do we have some kind of rune over? Well, we might have one in our storage chest, which unfortunately is not shared between outposts, which is realistic but inconvenient. And I'm not going to travel back to Fort Haven. I don't think I have anything unique in there. I can also switch over her armor. Yeah, she has no armor. And she has enough room, so install augments. Take them out of here. I mean, obviously I can upgrade this while I'm at it. I should upgrade both of those. No idea why she still has this weak one. So I'm actually going to sell this, and these. Okay. So what do we need? Runes. No, augments. Right, she can use one of these. Wait, was the one that I sold 2 armor or 4? It wasn't 4, right? Actually, it probably was. Oh, he has a 4 physical armor, so that does exist. It's just not buyable, right? Okay, well, it's. I thought because it looked like a weaker version that it was. Was it an iron augment? I don't know. Maybe it was a special augment that actually did increase it by 2. That's fine. Minor loss of money, I guess. I'm going to give her this and some extra speed bonus though, because she's still the slowest of the bunch. And what does he get? I guess I could give him speed bonus as well, or I could give him extra armor. He does have that special 4 physical armor rune. I could give him the regular 2 armor. Yeah, I guess he's still occasionally taking very heavy hits, and that's gonna soften that a little bit. Install augments. There. 2 armor, resistance, and speed. Okay, nice. So that's out of the way. Over here we can have. Oh, actually, I thought we had more open air locations. Is this going to be one? Oh yeah, actually, okay. So what do we want to put in here? Weaving. I mean, we're not really going to have to visit any of these ever again, basically, but let's put the weaving room. See what we get from this. Bigger backpack? I don't think we get a bigger backpack. So this is entirely for new robes. Right, so this one is giving us 2 to magical damage and 2 slots. Blessing duration, healing bonus, 3 to damage. I mean, we have to take this. Sorcerer's Vestment. Yes. And for you have the healer's raiment, which increases healing by 15%. I mean, blessing duration might be nice, but losing out on the healing bonus entirely, I don't know. I feel like for the most part the blessings are more beneficial to the party than the healing. I guess it could go either way. I'm gonna go with a holy vestment because, yeah, I mean, Sage just sounds nice and it actually looks pretty cool, but I want to give her the more traditional healer's garb, I guess. Of course, we can't really give them... Well, we have an additional augment slot. I wonder how I want to use that, though. Metal resist. What's his resistance situation? Bleeding and poison resistance is actually about as good as everyone else's. What else do we have? Cowls. Blessed Hood. Yeah, I mean, guess we're gonna upgrade to that. That's expensive, holy crap. Yeah, there goes all my money. Which is totally expected. Of course, no big deal. We can put those on right away. You won't have enough room to switch your runes over conveniently. Well, you know what? I should really be doing these things off camera. I've been spending probably like 20 minutes. Well, maybe not 20, more like 10 minutes doing nothing but this. So let's just finish it up. Put down Carpenter, I guess. Why not? Let's see what he has. Wares, bows. I mean, I already decided that I'm going to keep this. The Fool's Shot. Yeah, I mean, the damage difference is just insane. So, thanks but no thanks. Shields, wands, and staves. Might have something new here. Living wand. Wand of bone. The damage is actually worse. So I guess this must be a special one that we found somewhere. Slow for 2 turns. Same additional effect, but less damage. And same amount of slots. Okay, never mind then. What about the staves? Elixir core. Do I want that? That does have a 3rd slot though. And it does deal slightly more damage. So I guess we do want this. I'm gonna buy that, put it in your inventory because his is getting full already. Okay. So we'll see what I slot in there in terms of runes. I'm pretty sure we don't need a shield because the shield we have, the one shield we're actually using, is so good with the extra shield ally effect. Yeah, and it's otherwise identical to this one. Alright. Well, that is that, except we still have the barracks to place for some extra bonus. Right, barracks there. And I guess we can also buy the guard towers, which are just automatically placed. And unfortunately, I don't think the game tells you... Yeah, it doesn't tell you at a glance which fortress already has a guard tower, so... If I really want to make sure I have all the guard towers possible, I have to travel everywhere and see if I can still build it, because obviously you can, it disappears from the list once you build it. Yeah, you know what, I think we're good. Actually, current earnings, current upkeep, okay. Oh, that's nice, actually balanced out completely in terms of quicksilver and iron, actually. So let's hope that we get also some sort of iron here. Although I guess technically we won't get any higher upkeep than we currently have. And we're not going to spend any iron on anything either. We might lose some income though through theft, so that would be bad. We need to buffer that somehow. Although, with the game, the end of the game being, or you know, getting ever closer, coming ever closer, I guess we don't really have to worry about that either. Well, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and finish up equipping everyone, upgrading all the equipment, all the runes and whatnot. And next time we're probably going to head over to Macedi and see what's what over there, finally. As always, I thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and I shall see you real soon. Bye-bye.